Knock, knock, knock.
Yes.
Hi. Is Pierre Saint Pierre there?
Oui, c'est moi.
Hi, my name is Julia Harper, and I live in Lewiston, and I am here today because I know how critical healthy housing is to families in our city, especially in our community after we've been faced with demolitions, fires, and old housing stock.
Who are you here with?
I'm volunteering with the Neighborhood Housing League.
Okay. And who are they?
They're a coalition of tenants, folks who rent, and who organize around healthy housing in downtown.
Great. So what are you interested in?
I was wondering if you knew anything about question 1 in the Lewiston ballot.
Yes, and I'm not, I don't want to see my property taxes go up. I don't think that the city should be, spending lots of money just to help out a couple families. I mean, I'm sorry they lost their homes, but we can't afford to just help to just build a brand new home for everybody.
Sure.
That's just me. But.
Sure, and I wanted to the reason why I'm walking around today is because I just want to talk about some facts related to the issue. A lot of people feel that way, and I just wanted to say that actually the issue it's actually not going to cost the city anything for the
he looks at me. You're not supposed to look at me. Oh.
So it's actually not going to have any effect on property taxes. It is being funded through some public dollars, but you're already earmarked for housing, and they're at the federal and state levels. So the money is going to go to some community, and so we're just hoping it could come to ours.
Okay, so there's not an increase to the city budget or local property taxes to make the project happen.
Correct.
But the money still, I'm a taxpayer, and the money still is coming from the government somehow?
It's coming from federal and state housing authority, and that, like I said, the money is already earmarked for housing, so it's there, and so somebody.
So I already paid for it.
You already paid for it, and
so did you.
And so did
we
I.
all did.
Exactly, and that is if you looked at the city and if you looked at the federal and state budgets, the housing dollars are incredibly small compared to everything else that the government spends money on, and so so it's actually a very small portion of your tax dollars that you probably don't notice. It's pennies.
Okay, so what's the question? What's actually on the ballot?
On the ballot is a petition to overturn a city council decision. The city council approved the local landlord, Phyllis St. Laurent, to rebuild after the fires last year. And she's just trying to rebuild. And there's a small group of people that got this on the ballot this November to overturn that city council vote.
So it's just to support the project. They're not giving her, because I heard the project's $5 million. So it sounded like the city of Lewiston's giving her $5 million, and that's what the question is. But the city's not doing that.
Right. The city's the portion that the city is giving is a small chunk of land that's adjacent to her building, because in order to rebuild, she has to make it up to code, up to state and federal housing standards, and the zoning has changed. So she needs more land. She already owns the property, but she needs a little bit more land, and so this is a way that the city can partner at the lowest cost to them in order to get all of this new investment.
Right. So the city already owns the land and they're not collecting anything on it, so it's just there. And so is she going to have to pay, if this thing gets built, are they going to have to pay property taxes like I do and my neighbor does? Or are they going to get some special tax break that I don't get? They pay taxes.
She's not getting any tax break. She's paying full taxes, and there's actually a deal that they've worked out where 50% of those taxes are going to go into a separate development fund that's going to help all private landlords in the area fix their housing stock.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different than what I had heard. And now you go. So if the election, ask them directly, like, are you registered to vote? If the election were happening today, do you think you'd vote no on question 1 to let the project get rebuilt, or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Are you registered to vote?
I am. Yep, I've been registered for a very long time.
Great. And if the election were today, do you think you would? Which way do you think you would vote? Do you think you would vote no on 1 to rebuild, to let this project pass?
So this is confusing. It's a no vote means that I want to let the project happen.
Correct.
Whereas a yes vote stops it.
Correct.
Well, before you talked to me, I was leaning more towards a yes vote, I guess, but at the moment, I still want to learn a little bit more information. I don't know if you have any on you that I could have or read, but
I do.
Okay, well, I'd like to have that, but I'd say I'm leaning towards voting no now after talking with you.
Great. Well, let me give you this information here.
Okay.
And you can also go to where can I go online?
Sun Journal. It's right now is where.
Okay.
And Neighborhood Housing League on Facebook.
Okay. You could visit the Neighborhood Housing League on Facebook, or you could read some of the articles on the Sun Journal. Just search question 1, 2014, and you can read up.
Question 1 on the Lewiston ballot, because
Right.
this is in bear baiting, right?
Correct.
Would you like that?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you for talking with me about this. And is there anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for discussing this with me today.
Okay.
Have a great Saturday.
You too.
Yay! You did great.